Nobody knows we're here. The garage door goes up and all of a sudden we draw a crowd because everybody wants to know what's behind these walls that have these big trees.
Well, I was the one that was looking for weeks for a place for us to live, and finally John said to me, well, what about Bryant Street? Hit the garage door and opener, and I was blown away. We literally camped here because it was John's design offices. It's slowly transitioning it to our home. And so I saw the perfect layering of what our lives could be here.
It makes it new to us every day that we come in here. The light in here changes. The environment is from outside to inside is constantly changing with the weather. And it's wonderful to be able to be excited each time you walk in the front door. What a wonderful experience. After 4 years of searching, I finally found a place for my design studio. It was an automotive garage filled with old trucks. We finally looked around and said, wait a minute, we're sitting on a fabulous place. Let's just move into 477, and that's where April took over.
So when I first opened the door and walked in, I could immediately envision a home. The only enclosed space was his conference room, so of course that's the primary bedroom. There was a kitchen in the back, a small office kitchen that we've then expanded and remodeled, but I could just see the pieces fitting into the right form that felt comfortable. One of the I'd say challenges is defining the rooms because this is so open. So I used the dark grass cloth to define the end of the living room and dining area. It kind of counters to the primary bedroom. So even though the walls don't touch, nothing is cut off, they consciously define the space with the tone. And then the rest is just this happy room where friends come for drinks and we have lovely dinners, and it's really lovely to me that we see these wood ceilings throughout. I mean, that has always been a pleasure to me, that the ceiling really, no matter where you are, you're connected by the ceiling in this space.
All the forms, we didn't move many walls to turn it into a home, which actually surprised me that we could turn what was once a design office into a very livable, wonderful, spacious home to live in. The real consideration actually was the light, because as a designer, you want as much light as possible. And my gosh, to have 3 giant doors that you could turn into windows was fantastic. This is a fabulous room for anybody who even remotely has an ounce of creativity. You've got light, you've got these big white walls. Everywhere you turn, it just feels like space. And as a photo studio, it was small, but very, very big at the same time, because it was filled with light. Every time of the day, you would feel a different kind of light. If I needed to reduce the light for anything, I would reduce and pull down the garage door with whatever I needed to block the light. From that point on, living in here, it's usually our guest bedroom. It's been pretty amazing for a guest bedroom. Pull out sofa, and very private. And then, of course, the real magic. How putting in these little shrubs, cutting holes in the concrete, turned into this magical rainforest that we have here.
Yeah, it made a big difference. We knew that we needed the lush because, you know, we live in an urban environment and we love that we do. We love living in the city. We love living in this neighborhood. But to have nature steps outside your door, just an indoor-outdoor experience here has really transformed this for us. It's a place that we oftentimes don't leave for days. We're just very content to open the doors and windows and have our morning coffee in the garden and a glass of wine in the evening outside. It's just made all the difference in the world, having the garden with the birds that it attracts, the butterflies, and it's been a real joy. I think one of the things I'm most proud of is what has been able to be grown in some really literally very small planter beds and then gardening pots. It's just got a very full, lush feeling, and in truth, there's very little ground exposed here. So that really has brought me a great deal of pleasure to see what can be done. I think I brought some of our LA sensibility here. We really like things that are more tropical, the bamboos, the tree fern that gives us our natural umbrella here. I love, more than flowers, although this garden does have some pretty blooms throughout the year, I really love the contrasting textures of the broad leaves with the more delicate ferns. I love seeing all the combinations of the different tones of green. It's always fun to be out here.